Hey guys, today I'm filming a video on my top 5 underrated beauty products. So earlier this month, I filmed a video on my top 10 products that are worth the hype, as well as the top 10 products I believe are not worth the hype. I will have those linked up in the cards. So in those worth the hype videos, I did have 10 products, but for the underrated products, I only have 5. Actually 6, I'll explain, things to share with you, but I would love to do more of these videos in the future when I find new products that I'm really loving and want more people to know about. Now, a lot of times when I watch these videos, people are like, I've never heard someone talk about this before, and then I can name off 5 or 6 YouTubers that have talked about it, but they just don't happen to be someone that YouTuber watches. So I do believe that people talk about these products, or at least talked about them at one time, but I just want to spread the love more about these products to get more people's attention about them and how great I think they are. So if you guys are OG Ride or Die subscribers, you probably won't be that surprised with the items I'm about to mention, especially this first one, which is the Hard Candy Glamoflague foundation in Porcelain. And this is my holy grail #1 foundation mixer. You can buy this brand at Walmart. This is either $7 or $8. I go through one of these bottles a year. This is amazing, and I have tried a specific foundation mixer before. The NYX foundation mixer in white, didn't like it at all. It did not have enough pigment to it, and in order to get my shade to lighten as much as I needed to, I had to add so much product that it looked like I just gooped a ton of product on my face, and that was almost too moisturizing of a formula. And the main reason I didn't like it is because it didn't have enough pigment. Well, because this is a foundation, it's mostly pigment. And I actually have tried this foundation as a correct shade match, worn it alone, and it's a really nice formula. But as a mixer, I think this is absolutely perfect. And this has a medium buildable coverage foundation. It has a natural satin finish, and also the consistency is the perfect mixture between thick and thin. I have yet to find a foundation that does not mix well with that. And I have a very thin consistency like the Bare Minerals Bare Pro, as well as a very thick consistency like the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo. Works well with all of them, which is amazing. And I feel like not all foundation consistencies mix together well, but that one is incredible. And because it has so much pigment, you don't need to add a ton of product to your foundation to get it to match you well. And this is actually a lot more forgiving than a opaque pure white shade. This is very, very fair with a slight yellow undertone, which is amazing. And if you are a fair or light skinned girl, you absolutely need this, especially if you're like me and you never find a foundation that matches you. Everything is way too dark. So I am specifically recommending this shade to use as a mixer, but if you do have a deeper skin tone, it might be nice to get this foundation either in a shade a little bit light or a little bit dark to mix in with your other foundations to get a perfect match. Now, I know some people will buy multiple shades of the same foundation to mix them, but to me that feels so wasteful and it ends up costing a lot of money. So I would rather buy one foundation that is very light that I can mix with all the rest of them than try to buy 2 shades in each foundation. Also, because I am so light, there isn't the ability to get a shade too light and too dark. I usually can just get too dark. So this is absolutely incredible, and I would highly recommend it to you guys. And as I said, it's actually also a really nice foundation formula on its own. The next product is something I bought years ago, probably like 2012, and I bought this off a recommendation of Emily Noel 83. Now, I have not really heard very many people talk about it since then, especially not within the past 3 or 4 years, and that would be the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. And I have 2 shades. #1 Ivory, which is very, very fair and yellow. This one matches me perfectly. Unfortunately, this is an online only shade on Ulta.com. And then I also have the shade #2 Nude, which is a little bit dark for my skin, but I love having one of these on hand in case my foundation combo gets a bit too light and I need to add a little bit more color to even out my skin tone. That's when I will reach for this. But the formula of this is amazing. This gives a ton of coverage, a ton of color to your skin, and I usually go in with a big fluffy brush to use it as a setting powder, but you could definitely use a more dense brush to apply this as a powder foundation. And what they mean by stay matte but not flat is that if you swatch this, there is a tiny bit of sheen to the skin, no shimmer or glitter, but a little bit of a sheen. That way your skin looks lifelike instead of flat, dull, and matte. And even though I'm very oily and love flat, dull, and matte. This just looks really beautiful on my skin. Also, this definitely does help keep me matte, but I think even if you have normal or combo skin, you can wear this without feeling like your skin is looking too dry. So highly, highly recommend this if you are looking for a powder with coverage. My next item is one that I have been using since the very beginning of my channel, and I still use it today. This is the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. It's exactly what it sounds like. I usually go through one of these a year. Anastasia makes one of these, as does Milani, but I love the NYX. This has such a good consistency. It isn't too creamy, but it also isn't too thick, sticky, and waxy. It's a really great consistency, and this is a product that I would really only recommend if you want to use brow powder. This won't really do much for you if you're wanting to use a brow pencil, or if you're wanting to keep your brows in place. I use a brow gel to keep my brows in place. What I love this for is getting brow powder to adhere to my skin as well to my brow hairs. I am missing a lot of brow hair in the front, so in order to get product to actually stick, I either have to use a pencil as a base or use this as a base, and this is incredible with brow powders. That's why I continue to repurchase this. This is such an underrated product, but also a lot of people don't tend to use brow powder, which is actually the next thing I'm going to talk about. So the next item, which as I said is a brow powder, this is going to be my bonus product. This is the Lorac Take a Brow Kit in the shade Blonde. The reason this is a bonus product is that this was discontinued like 2 years ago, but this is still available on the Lorac website in the sales section. It comes in 4 shades. All of them are still in stock. This was originally $22. Now it's on sale for $9. So that's why I'm still recommending this, is because it's been available for such a long time, even though it is said to have been discontinued. And the good news is that the Lorac website always has free shipping with no minimum, which is amazing. I have used up one of these completely. I have this one I'm using right now, and I also have 2 backups. So I am set on this. So in this kit, you get a little angle brush, which I already got rid of, 2 different shades of brow powder, and you also have a brow wax. I don't like this wax because it is very, very, very sticky like glue, which is why I love the NYX so much, is because this is not gonna gunk up your brows and make them look a mess. And also this is more forgiving. I feel like if you mess up and put brow powder a little bit too much, you won't be able to wipe it away, because that's seriously like glue. And it's really awesome that it comes with 2 shades. I know a lot of people like to do a lighter shade in the front and a darker shade in the tail. This is really nice for that. Now, I personally only use the lightest shade, which is a very warm tone blonde color without pulling too red, but this matches the color I dye my hair perfectly. And I love the formula of this brow powder because it's actually very opaque and a very creamy consistency. Now, I have tried the Anastasia brow powder duos. I hate it. It does not have much pigment at all, and I get hard pan on that so easy. So this formula is way easier to work with. It is so much more opaque, and the color is so perfect for my hair. And for $9, absolutely, I recommend you guys go get your hands on this if you're interested in a brow powder. I said that funny. Brow powder, and also if you have a makeup kit, they're only $9 and they have 4 different shades. So highly recommend this. My next product is something that was talked about when it first came out, but I don't really hear people talk about it much anymore. And these are 2 palettes from one of my favorite brands. And these are the Balm Meet Matte palettes. I have Meet Matte Nude and Meet Matte Trimony. They also have one called Meet Matte Adore, which I don't have because I don't like the shades. They have a bunch of light transition shades and then some really dark outer corner colors. Also, the shades they chose are just odd, and I never use deep shades, so I knew I'd probably only use half the palette, and the transition colors were all very similar, so I chose to pass on that. They also just came out with the Meet Matte Shmaker palette, which I will be reviewing at the end of this month, but that one is a different formula than this, so it's not, for me, included in this same Meet Matte family because the formula is not the same. So the first one is Meet Matte Nude, which has the cutest packaging. The Balm is amazing with their packaging. And inside you get 9 matte shadows. These are all very large pans, and there are 3 shades in this palette that have been my favorite since I got it. I have Matte Malloy, which is the best matte white ever. It is super opaque. I use this as a brow bone highlight every single day. Then we have Matte Sing, which is a really beautiful peachy tan, a really awesome transition color. And I also love Matte Rosin, which is a really nice warm brown without pulling too red. The other shades in this palette I do not use. I don't use very dark colors like this. You've got 3 more cool tone colors and then a slightly deeper banana color, and those just aren't for me. But because I love those 3 so much, it was worth buying this palette. Also, I got it for 50% off. theBalm a couple times a year does a 50% off site-wide sale, and HauteLook has theBalm all the time, so never buy theBalm products full price. Always wait for a 50% off sale. So I love those 3 shades. The rest of them, not so much. Then we have theBalm Meet Matte Trimony, which is so cute. You get it? Matrimony, meet Matt, because it's a boy and his name is Matt. So cute. And in this palette, you also have 9 matte shades. You have a light matte cream to set your eye primer. You have a black, this light matte pink, which is really odd to me. But then you have 6 shades that are awesome for transition crease, outer corner, depending on your skin tone. You have 2 warms, you have 2 neutral colors, and 2 cools. How amazing is that? I did film 2 tutorials with this palette. I will have those videos linked for you guys as well. And I love the formula of this palette. These are very buttery, very creamy, very pigmented. They're very easy to blend. These are so amazing to work with. And I love these palettes as go-to for crease and outer corner. And then I'll go with a shimmery shade on the lid. Amazing, especially this one. You have to have this one. So I was just editing this video and the audio in the video on my last product were not matching up at all. So I am back to refilm my last item that I believe is underrated, and this is a lip product. That would be the MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencils. I have 4 shades. I have the shade Patent Pink, which is a blue tone pink, but on my lips it actually looks more like a purple tone pink. The next shade I have is Go for Girly, which is a beautiful, bright, warm pink. This was the very first one I ever purchased. The next shade is Fearless, which is a beautiful medium pink. I don't usually like medium pinks, but this one is very unique to the other colors in my collection. I think it is a really beautiful, very wearable shade. And my last shade would probably be the crowd favorite. This is Kittenish, and it is a mauve. So these are retractable jumbo lip pencils. When you buy them, they start off rounded instead of a pointed tip, which is a little annoying. I like the pointed tip better for precision, even though obviously it will wear down after some point. But these give a really nice medium opacity. They have a beautiful shine to the lips, which makes them look fuller. These also have a decent amount of thickness, so they will last a while on your lips without feeling heavy. These are super duper comfortable, not drying at all. I love this because it's such an easy, quick lip color. You don't have to do liner, lipstick, gloss, or fuss with a liquid lipstick. This is just so simple and gives such a beautiful, beautiful look. This is one of the only MAC lip products that I enjoy. I love these and the Sheen Supreme lipsticks, which were discontinued unfortunately, but these were limited edition and now they are a permanent product. I am so happy. I feel like nobody gives a crap about jumbo lip pencils anymore, but they're some of my favorite lip products, especially this formula. They do have quite a few other shades as well, but I definitely love all 4 of these and absolutely recommend these. So those are my top 5 or 6 underrated products. I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below, and I would also love to know what are some of your makeup favorites that you don't think get talked about enough. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.